This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Erin Akins. I'm with the Titusville Area Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to the 2020 St. John's River to Sea Loop Virtual Summit. We hope that everyone is healthy and well in these trying times. Today's presentation will be Outward Bound, Health Benefits of Recreational Trails, presented today by Brittany Moore from the Office of Greenways and Trails and Felicia Boyd from the Timken Parks Foundation. Before we get started with today's presentation, we'd like to take a moment to recognize our partners and sponsors, whom without their support today would not be possible. The City of Titusville, Play Linda Brewing Company, Florida American Planning Association Atlantic Coast Section, Titus Landing, Lisa Mosier with Coldwell Banker Coast Realty, Wild Ocean Market, Bike Florida, Days Inn by Wyndham, Coldwell Banker Coast Realty, the Titusville Area Chamber of Commerce, the St. John's River to Sea Loop Alliance, Space Coast TPO, and the Florida Office of Greenways and Trails. For a little housekeeping, just a friendly reminder, everyone is muted, and please use the chat box to ask any questions. Questions will be taken at the end of the presentation. With that, we'll go ahead and get started with our first presenter. So Brittany Moore, are you with us?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to make you the presenter now. And we see your presentation. The floor is yours.
All right, thank you. I am very excited to be here today with so many passionate and knowledgeable people. The energy here with all the different webinars that have been going on has been inspiring to me and energizes me to go back and get back to work with new ideas and new contacts for the future. I do believe in one way, shape, or form, we're all here for somewhat the same reason, and that is to get Floridians outdoors and to look around and take advantage of the great resources we have, as well as ideas for more. So once again, my name is Brittany Moore. I am within the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. And I just want to start from the beginning. And some of you are already familiar with it, but within DEP, we have a division of recreation and parks. And within that, we have two major areas of responsibility. The first one, a lot of you are familiar with, is our Florida State Parks. It has its own series of bureaus within the state parks. They manage 800,000 acres, 9,000 miles of multi-use trails that's within the boundaries of the state parks. Also within the division is the Office of Greenways and Trails. And they are also charged with the outdoor recreation. Within each of these subdivisions, our role and responsibility is to promote outdoor recreation. So what we're doing is we have a 5-year plan that helps lay out the groundwork from local city and county officials. Which helps lay the groundwork for our city and county officials and is statewide. And we update this plan every 5 years. Now, within this plan, it breaks up the needs of what recreational opportunities are wanted. And throughout that, we have 5,000 miles of existing and proposed priority land trails, as well as 4,000 miles of designated paddling trails. Now, also within the Office of Greenways and Trails, how we're promoting outdoor recreation is our statewide comprehensive outdoor recreation plan. And that is where it's a legislative mandate for us to receive land and water conservation fund. And throughout that, it is a statewide plan that we reach out to our local city, county, private partners on what the needs are, as well as the residents for recreational opportunities. So we get what is existing and what is needed. And we store that information in what is known as FORI, the Florida Outdoor Recreational Inventory. And throughout that, we help to share the existing recreational opportunities on our Outdoor Florida web, as well as app that you can get on your Google and Apple phone. And one of the other strong great things about the SCORP plan is it has a lot of factual information. So it can be from the economic impacts of this recent study. So it shows the tax revenue that was received from outdoor recreation. It shows broken down into each county based off of what recreational opportunity was in the area. So with that, both of these plans work together to really promote our outdoor recreation initiative, not only for access to resource-based outdoor recreation, but also the information and our plans as well. So on our website, we have, as you can see in the slide, is our website, and it shows where you can see both of the plans are located that you can download. So with the Florida Outdoor Recreation Promotion, to date, there are 16 states that have created offices of outdoor recreation, different task force, or policy advisors to serve as the state lead in the economic development, as well as promoting of health and wellness, conservation, stewardship of public lands. And this goes to serving different points of contact. This could be for businesses, stakeholders, different levels of government that care about the outdoor recreation industry. And so as we can see, there's a growing trend of this promotion in state offices of outdoor recreation. So our focus here today is on the health and wellness benefits of outdoor recreation in Florida. So there are different studies that we have found that the green exercise effect. So basically this refers to the physical exercise undertaken in a natural environment. It's known to provide the physical and psychological health benefits. There is also good evidence that viewing, being in, and interacting with natural environments has a positive effect. It can reduce stress, increase the ability to cope with stress, reducing mental fatigue, improving concentration. And so this came out in 2012, this study, and within that, it has grown out of more specialized areas, such as the attention restoration therapy and environmental psychology. So as we can see, that the color green makes exercise feel easier and people are more likely to exercise often. Okay, I'm having a, there we go. Okay, so being outdoors and walking gives us energy, as we all know, makes us happy, helps us relieve the everyday stresses of our overscheduled lives. It opens the doors to creativity and helps us to be kind to others. It also helps with seniors. So getting outside and being physically active can help with the benefits of healthy aging. It helps prevent weak bones, muscle loss, improve balance and joint mobility, as well as it reduces the risk of falling. So the American Heart Association has found that every dollar spent on walking paths saves $3 in medical expenses, which when developing and building trails is a great number to have when trying to encourage the development of these different areas. So what we found that people who live near safe, high quality biking and walking infrastructure tend to get more exercise than people who don't. There's also been a study found that 1 in 4 homeowners also want to buy somewhere where they have access to a trail. So on this slide, it shows the health benefits of getting outside and being physically active. As we can see, it breaks down the different benefits from children to adults to seniors. And this can range from improve academic performance, prevents weight gain, lowers the risk of high blood pressure and stroke, as well as improves mental health. So some of the other health benefits of physical activity that were not listed on the slides below is it improves the sleep cycle. It eliminates stress, reduces feelings of anxiety and depression, promotes social interaction. Now, that might not be something that we at a safe social distancing right now, but in the future, it can help people restore feelings of personal control and self-esteem. So many researchers, those were just some of the facts that we have found that outdoor recreation promotes health and wellness. Many researchers believe that the outdoors simply just make us feel happier. And so with that, I am going to speak on some of the desired facilities as well as how the outdoors in Florida make people feel. Of course, this information came from our SCORE plan 2019, which is listed on our website. So after looking at the numbers, we want to find the motivation behind why people want to participate in outdoor recreation. Is it our amazing facilities, marketing, or maybe it's something we aren't actively doing? What we found is 91% of Floridians said that being active and healthy was their motivation, as well as 81% said being close to nature. So Florida is like no other place on earth. I mean, it's known as the Sunshine State. It offers, inviting climate, wonderful scenery, lots of land and water, outstanding parks, and amazing wildlife. The great thing is a lot of these activities you can participate year round. We might as well be called the outdoor recreation state. So how we're helping to promote the information as well as the health benefits of outdoor recreation in Florida, we have been attending events as well as speaking at different conferences, working with different stakeholders. And here are some examples of some of our materials that we share in the promotion of outdoor recreation for health and wellness. So on our website, we have what we would like to call a partner promotion toolkit. So within these toolkits, we have sample messages that is catered towards adults, seniors, children, and different communities. So you can adapt each of these messages to align with different events and priorities in your area. You can print and share the information to help people learn the health benefits and try to distribute them at different healthcare settings, recreation facilities, workplaces, as well as local officials. So we have the fact sheets, the posters, the sample social media messages, as well as PowerPoint presentations that you can incorporate into existing presentations. So help spread the word about the health and wellness benefits of outdoor recreation. And we're currently working on a document that lists different examples of organizations that have developed programs that are focused on the health and wellness of outdoor recreation. A perfect example here in Florida that is doing a phenomenal job is Felicia from the Timaquan Parks Foundation. So I am going to pass over the presentation to her for her to discuss more on what they are doing in their area. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Felicia,
Okay,
are you with us?
I am. Let me know when my
All right.
slide.
That's okay. I'm looking for you in the list so I can send the screen to you.
I think I'm.
There you are.
Okay, so I can't see what you're seeing. Is the slide up?
Not quite yet. I just sent you the request to share your screen.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I guess I have to do that first. Okay.
All right. We see
We
it.
here? Excellent. So thank you very much. My name is Felicia Boyd. I'm with the Timaquan Parks Foundation. We are a nonprofit in Jacksonville, Our mission is to preserve, promote, and enhance Jacksonville's natural areas through community engagement, education, and enjoyment. So we're excited today to be sharing the stage with Brittany, just to give a little introduction to what we're trying to do to introduce our trails to the health community and to promote those trails as a health venue. So according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, only 25% of American adults engage in recommended levels of physical activity. 29% engage in no leisure time physical activity at all. And so, as we know, this sedentary lifestyle leads to all kinds of diseases: obesity, high blood pressure, diabetes, congestive heart failure, and stroke. So as Brittany pointed out and gave some examples of what researchers are showing, that the outdoors, parks, just being outdoors, these opportunities provide unique opportunities to improve physical and mental health. Fortunately, here in Jacksonville, this is a map of Duval County. It is the world's largest resort city, so it is large in area, but we also we have a national park service presence here. We have state parks and we have city parks. And so the national park is the Timucuan Ecological Historic Preserve in the northeast section of the county. It's actually 46,000 acres. A lot of wetlands areas, but also Fort Caroline National Memorial, Kingsley Plantation, Cedar Point. Again, we have award-winning state parks: Little Talbot Island State Park, Big Talbot Island State Park, and Pumpkin Hill. And then the city in the late 90s, early 2000s started purchasing other properties throughout the county, environmentally sensitive properties, historically significant properties. They added another 40,000 acres of properties. So we have what's considered the largest urban park system in the United States. So we have a lot of park area. We have, like I said, 130 square miles of parks and preserves. Again, one thing I want to mention is that all the pictures that I'm going to show in this slideshow are all Jacksonville, Florida. If you've never been to Jacksonville, we welcome you. We invite you to come see some of these places. So 130 square miles of parks and preserves, 1,100 miles of waterfront property along tributaries, the St. Johns River, the Atlantic Ocean coastline, over 100 miles of upland trails. So we have places to go hiking, walking your dog, places that have paths like this, natural paths, places that have boardwalks and some paved areas. So places to go walking, places to go biking. We do have a rail trail here, the Jacksonville Baldwin Rail Trail, which is 14.5 miles one way. We tell people to go to about half. Here's the trail. Here's a map of the trail. About halfway is Camp Milton Historic Preserve. It's a Civil War site. We tell people, go to Camp Milton, ride 6 miles into the town of Baldwin, go to Everybody's Restaurant, get a catfish dinner, turn around, go back to Camp Milton. So we have these biking trails. We have another paved biking trail up on Big Talbot and Little Talbot Island State Parks. We also have off-road trails. Most of our parks have some kind of pine needly path, and because we're Florida, it's relatively flat. Cedar Point Preserve is kind of a favorite. It's about 4-mile loop. Many people have heard of Hanna Park. Hanna Park has got some world-class, more technical trails. So a lot of off-road biking opportunities, places to go kayaking and canoeing, boating. Again, we're on the coast, so we have the beach that you can go swimming or surfing or boogie boarding. Or as it said this morning in the paper, you're welcome to go to the beach now and sit and bury your little brother in the sand. Places to go camping, wildlife viewing. These natural areas are havens for birds and all kinds of different reptiles. Fishing. I also like this picture because it shows kids fishing. The parks and these outdoor spaces are accessible to everybody. Anybody can use these parks. The state parks are $5. We have a couple of the city parks that are $5. Our National Park Service properties here, the Timucuan Ecological Historic Preserve, is free. Most of our other city parks are free. So families, children, veterans, old people, everybody can use these parks. Yoga, stretching. We talk a lot about the physical benefits of being in the parks, but there's numerous mental benefits as well. As Brittany said, it just makes you happier. You can go to some of these parks and just sit on a log, breathe in the air, watch the clouds come in and go out. And so we have this great park system. We realized a few years ago that we were always talking to the same people. We're talking to the hikers and the bikers and the boatmen and the fishermen. And there's a lot of other people that could benefit from these parks. And so we started reaching out to the health community. I'm a geologist, we have biologists, we have a graphic designer. We always talk to the same people. We don't really know the health community. So we had to start going to health conferences, meeting people that that work with people that have diabetes, and introducing these parks as a health venue. It's been received quite well. So we've kind of developed a program, and we're very small, but we've sort of done a shotgun approach. We've tried a lot of different things, and it's been this program is to kind of give you an idea of some of the things we've done to try to insert ourselves into the health community. So one of the things is we've done a lot of community outreach and programming. Trying to do programming for what we call non-traditional audiences, people that don't think about going to the park, people that wouldn't normally go out to the park. So we started doing some urban outreach. Every summer we bring Groundwork Jacksonville inner city kids out to go kayaking, just learning how to be in nature. How to hear natural sounds, how to smell natural smells. We have them doing some service projects, helping to clean up some of these areas, doing some trail maintenance, doing some trail building. So using the parks as an opportunity to do some experiential learning and positive youth development. Seniors not only suffer from physical ailments, but lots of studies have been done to show that they suffer from loneliness and isolation. And so one of the groups that we've reached out to are the 55 plus. We've partnered with ARP to do a healthy living series. Where we do these monthly walks. We go to a different park each time. We get to the park, we do some stretches, and we do a 1 or 2 mile walk, and then we have some kind of fun programming. So we've done the drumming, we've done the plein air painting, we do some hike into history. just natural. We had a naturalist showing us different animal skins. So just some interesting programming. And so getting groups, usually it's about 25 to 30 seniors that come out, and some are the same, some are different, but just to get them outdoors and socializing.
Hey, Felicia, I hate to stop you, but could you hit hide on that bar at the bottom of your page?
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Thank
I
you.
didn't know you could do that. Okay. I can't tell what you can see and what you can't, but
It's
thank you.
perfect now.
Okay. Oh, so you can see art. Um, uh, High schoolers tend to be doing their social media and screen time, and so how do you get high schoolers out? So we take advantage of the fact that they need their community service hours. We offer a lot of volunteer projects, trail maintenance, beach cleanups, invasive plant removals. Sometimes they help us with outreach, but bringing them, kind of forcing them or bribing them to come out to the parks. And then they see that here's this place that I can come out and just go for a run, or I just come out for a walk. But getting them out in the first place. Sometimes you have to be clever as far as, okay, let's think of a different user group that could be outside. So we do hike into history. We're fortunate, of course, that we do have a national park presence here. So we have Kingsley Plantation. So that's an easy sell. But down here we have William Bartram, that you can get William to come out and give a talk to your group. And so having your meeting or your event outdoors in a park can be, and bringing in people that might be interested in history to help you. So a lot of this is partners trying to find other people that can help you do this programming. We also have a wellness arm of this health initiative. We have our little passport to health, where we took our brochure of all of our parks, because like I said, we have 23 different park units that we help out with. Again, some are national parks, state parks, and city parks. And so we took those parks and we said, okay, so here's a little bit about the park. Here's a map. If you hike this 3-mile trail, you will burn 350 calories. And so we kind of couch the parks in terms of, okay, how does that help with losing weight, for example? That was actually put together by a UNF community health student. We also used our relationship with UNF to do, they did a little white paper on natural therapeutic spaces. So it talks about prescribing Jacksonville's parks to create positive health outcomes. And they did this is some of the research that's been done on the medical health benefits of parks. So just something as a handout. We'd like to get involved in the Park RX program, where you actually have a physician prescribe going outdoors instead of, take these pills to feel better. We want you to take a walk 3 times a week at a park. That's a pretty in-depth program. All of these things take funding, and so we're just sort of at the beginning of all this. One of our successful wellness programs was partnering with Humana. Their employee wellness program is what's called Go 365. It's a little app that they put a little transponder at, or they put what's called a beacon at, say, Bailey's Gym. You go to Bailey's Gym, it pings your phone, you get 10 points. You walk your 10,000 steps, it pings your phone, you get 10 points. So we asked if we could put them in our parks. They provided us with beacons, and we put one in every one of our parks. And so Humana customers can go to a park and ping their phone for 10 points. And they get nice prizes too. They get Amazon gift cards and flat screen TVs. And so it really does encourage their clients to get out and get exercise. And so we put one in every one of our parks. It's also a good partnership because they help advertise the parks and we help advertise Humana. Park design is a more long-term goal, but actually designing parks with a health benefit in mind. So sometimes it's retrofitting an existing park. We're looking at Castaway Island Preserve, which is a kind of a pocket park in a neighborhood. It was slated for a trailer park, I think, or it was a trailer park, and they were going to make a development. The city bought up Castaway Island Preserve, so now it's got about a 1 mile boardwalk loop with some really nice overlooks into the salt marsh and into the Intracoastal Waterway. It's about a couple miles up the road from Mayo Clinic. So we said, how can we make this park more comfortable and accessible to Mayo Clinic patients and their caregivers? And so we put together a team of high-level doctors and health professionals from Brooks, Rehab, and Mayo Clinic, from University of North Florida, Jacksonville University, to help us come up with some ways to, again, make this park more comfortable and accessible for patients and their caregivers. So improving parking, putting in more benches, water stations, defibrillators. There's a really nice overlook at the end, but in July, it's hotter than blazes. So we, design needs some sort of overhang so that you can sit on this bench more comfortably. So those are just some of the things that we're doing in Jacksonville to try to promote these trails and these parks as venues for physical and mental health benefits. So if you want to talk to me about that, or you have other ideas of where we should be going with this, please contact us. We also have, we have a little Facebook page and an Instagram. And so that's it. So questions?
Thank you so much, Felicia. That was a great presentation. My friend Sarah over at the Space Coast TPO has been monitoring the chat. Sarah, do you have any questions there?
I do not. Does anyone have any questions for either Brittany or Felicia? You're welcome to either put in the chat or unmute yourself at this time. All right, Erin, it doesn't look like we have any questions today.
We have a quiet bunch today.
Oh.
I have one question. I'm not sure if you covered it or not, but in regards to the Humana partnership, was it difficult to be able to get that implemented, doing the partnership on the board?
Oh, no. They, someone, I think Brittany was asking me how we got with Humana. We had gone to a health conference. Humana has been very generous as far as and he might actually be on the talk, but they hired a person specifically to do community outreach. And so he reached out to us and said, we'd like to work with Timucuan Parks. And so at some point, the question of the beacons came up, and we said, well, that would be a great opportunity to put those in the parks, and then we can work with each other. And so it's been actually a really nice partnership. We had a beacon launch at Fort Caroline National Memorial. The Humana folks spoke, we spoke, everybody went on a hike. So yeah, that's been a really good partnership. Actually, putting them in the parks was a little onerous because we would put them at the park and then it would disappear because it's an outdoor space. So the beacons. So we actually had to put them in little locked boxes when we put them in the, at the park kiosks.
That's interesting. Thank you so much.
Sure.
All right, well, with that, if we do not have any more questions, I would like to thank our presenters today for taking the time to give your amazing presentations and for all of the continued work, effort, and support that you put into the loop and trails. Once again, we'd like to recognize our sponsors, the City of Titusville, Playland Brewing Company, Florida American Planning Association, Atlantic Coast Section, Titus Landing, Lisa Mosher with Coldwell Banker Coast Realty, Wild Ocean Market, Bike Florida, Days Inn by Wyndham, Coldwell Banker Coast Realty, the Titusville Area Chamber of Commerce, St. Johns River to Sea Loop Alliance, Space Coast TPO, and the Florida Office of Greenways and Trails. Next week's presentation will be promoting local flavor and fun with flora and fauna, promoting ecotourism on the loop. Please note that next week's date is Friday, the 15th at 10 a.m. right here at the same GoToMeeting link. Again, Friday next week, not Thursday. And thank you so much for joining us. Everyone have a great rest of your day.